Hey guys, hello, welcome back. Yeah. Thank you for always coming back and staying true to your family, my millionaires. Any newbies here, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell, then press all. This way, you will not miss a new upload. Guys, press that like button now before you forget. Come on, I'm giving you time. 1, 2, 3. Is it done? Okay, thank you guys for doing that. It is very important to like the videos. This is the only way YouTube will promote the videos to other viewers. So today I'll be giving you a story time. And this story time is about something terrible that happened to me when I was 11 and a half years old. And it is important that you listen to the end. I can guarantee you that some of you have gone through something maybe similar at some point in your life and maybe have dealt with it differently. I don't know. So let me know in the comment section, if I did the right thing or what you think I could have done differently. But let me start out by saying, when I was growing up in Jamaica, I was taught to show respect to my seniors at all times. And one way for doing this was addressing anyone that was an adult. You call them auntie or uncle. So you would say Auntie Days, Auntie Mavis, Uncle John. You know what I mean? So anyway, I will never forget this incident. Or should I say incidents? Because it did not happen only once, but multiple times. I did not tell anyone out of maybe I would say fear that no one would have believed me. But worst, I would have maybe caused a division within the family. So, and plus, I did not know how to start such a conversation with an adult. At 11 and a half, I was still very young. And back in those days, it's not like now. The kids nowadays, they're quite clued up. They know a lot of stuff that is going on. They've got their personal mobile phones. They know about Wi-Fi and, you know what I mean, stuff like that, social media. It wasn't like that. So, at that time. And worst, I wasn't a city girl. I grew up in what we call back then in the country, green and lush, far away from the city. So when someone went to the city in those days, and the city was like over 100 miles away, and came back to the country where we were, you know what I mean? It seems like to me, they were viewed as superior in those days. The best way I can explain it is maybe it's equivalent to now, when somebody migrates and they're in England or the USA and they go back to Jamaica. It's crazy, but yeah, some people are normally more welcoming to you if you have traveled away and returned to the country and stuff. So yeah, it was more like that. So guys, just let me just say this to you now before I tell my story. Do not trust anyone around your kids. No one. And because you see, this world is evil. It's evil. It has a lot of predators. They are lurking and waiting for the opportunity to strike on our innocent children. I know that. And please remember, the people who are closest to you, these are the people who are the ones, that these are the ones that feel most comfortable with causing harm to your children or loved one, because they know the kids will keep the sexual abuse secret, especially if the abuser is someone like highly respected by the family or a family member. Because I have heard a lot of stories where fathers have molested their daughters, aunties have molested nephews, boyfriends or husbands molested their stepchildren, and so on and so forth. So, in this world, we've got many wolves in sheep clothing around us. And one advice I can give is to show love and care for your children in a way that they feel comfortable to speak to you about just anything that's happening in their lives. Try to create that bond. And also, whenever your children open up to you, please, guys, please listen to them. Do not ignore them. You know, listen to them and listen to what they have to say. Even if you do not believe them, listen to what they have to say and investigate. Investigate the matter. Now, with saying that, let's get started. So, I had an aunt who had moved away from the country, and she was living and working in the city for some time. And as I said, the city is like 100 miles away. But while she was there, she had met a man, and she had gotten pregnant. Now, my aunt at the time, I think she was in her 20s, and the person who she had met, her partner, was in his late 40s at the time. And also, this was her first pregnancy, so she was really, really excited. So the time came for her to visit us in the country to introduce her partner to her mother and so forth, and the rest of the family, which, her mom is my grandmother. And so my grandmother prepared the front room in the house for their visit. For when they arrived, her partner, let's call him Mr. C, greeted everyone in a warm way. And this is when I met my Uncle C, who would have changed my life forever. Uncle C was treated like a celebrity in this country town, because in this, well, like a country, little country town or country, I don't know what to call it. But it was far away from the city, yeah. Because he came from the city and he drove an unusual, expensive car, which was a Citroen. I can remember it was like a brownish color, and which he could make go up and down like an elevator, draw attention to him. A lot of attention. The neighbors would be looking on, or people even on the street, because we used to go out a lot, shopping and stuff like everybody, and I would go with my auntie all the time, and people would be looking at his car, and when they're looking, he would, draw even more attention by having the car going up and down and stuff like that. So, Uncle C, what really happened is he hardly ever leaves the bedroom. He's like a celebrity. Yeah. So he gets served everything inside his room. So, being the elder of the two grandchildren, girls at home, I was given the task to take whatever he requested to him in his bedroom. Now, I did not see anything wrong with that. I did not see this as an issue, because I did not know the risks at the time. After all, taking Uncle C his breakfast, for me, at the time, was a privilege. People come from the city, they come and visit. I felt good. So I would take him his breakfast, his lunch, and juice, whatever he requested. But I can remember the first time when everything changed. This particular morning, I took him his breakfast, and as I entered the room, he smiled and pointed to his fully erected under the sheet. I didn't know what to do. I just put the breakfast down quickly. I felt ashamed. I was shocked. I was scared. And I just quickly left the room. As a child, I did not know how to process what I had just seen, but I knew this was not right, you know. Mr. C continued abusing me mentally and psychologically daily after this day. Some days he would remove the sheet as soon as I entered the room, exposing himself to me. When they revisited each time, because they would come spend like a weekend or a few days and then they would go back to the city. But every time they came back, Mr. C basically would up his game, you know. So the next time when they revisited, he started holding my arm, when I went into the room to give him anything while he, played with himself. And he would only let go of my hand and stuff if he heard like my auntie was coming, or he heard my grandmother speaking, or somebody called me or something. Then he would let go of me quickly, cover back himself, and pretended like nothing happened, and I would just leave the room. Now it got to the point where, that went on for a while. And then I guess he felt more, because maybe it's because I didn't tell anybody and nobody said anything to him. But it got to the point where now he started holding my hand and forcefully, putting it on his whatever. And then he would hold his palm of his hands would be over mine, so he would be basically directing my hand, to pleasure himself. And this got to a stage where now I would normally cry and stuff. I felt tears like running down my eye, and he didn't care, because he realized that all that he has done over the years and stuff, because it's been years now, going on for a while, because I think 11 and a half, 12, I wasn't saying anything. And just because I didn't want to break up the family, I felt ashamed. To be honest, guys, I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. And he would always be putting his fingers over his lips, telling me to like, shh, you know what I mean? So with that, I knew that he did not want anybody to know. So I kept it all to myself. Now, oh dear, this is like, you know what I mean? Because right now, I'm not going to tell you my age, but it's years and years and years ago, and I still remember this, you know what I mean? So, and that's why I'm talking about it today. I did endure this torture every time they visited, until he stopped coming down with my auntie. And I can't remember if they broke up or he migrated, but thank God I was free from him, And looking back now, I am sure if he continued visiting, he would have found a way to totally destroy me. Totally, because as I said, each time he visited, he upped his game, he changed his tactics and all of that. But anyway, Mr. C is still alive. And yes, I know he's a very old man now, because at them times, as I said, he was in his late 40s. And I hope Mr. C sees this video. And all I want to say to him is, you are a nasty old man, and you knew what you were doing. And I remember everything that happened. And I'm just wondering, if I get the chance to speak to you, what would you say to me today? Would you just say to me, I'm sorry? You know? Would you just say, I'm sorry? But, you know, at the end of the day, I can't change it anymore. The difference that I can make now is to put my story out there, and so people can hear it and pay more attention to their kids or their loved ones or people who they are responsible for, and listen to their stories and give them time. Because maybe if I felt that I would have been believed or listened to, I would have maybe spoken up. But I don't know. I just don't know them times. I don't know. So I'm just saying that no, I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, hope you I wouldn't say enjoyed listening to my story, because this is not a good story, but this is to just let people know and to highlight the dangers of predators, pedophiles, and people who are close to us, because this person I looked up to, and as I said to you, I called him uncle, and that's how much respect I had for him, uncle. So that is that for now. And drop me, if you haven't yet liked the video, please drop a like. Let me know, comment, let me know, guys, in the comment section if any one of you have ever experienced anything which a family member tried to molest you, or they have abused you in any way, shape, or form. Okay, bye bye, and I'll see you in my next video.